High stakes at the Nueces County Courthouse today for the first case tied to the tragic Uvalde school shooting. Neighborhood News reporter Alexis Scott has been there all day and tells us what comes next in the trial. Plus, senior Neighborhood News reporter Suzanne Stevens takes a look at the impact this has left here at home.
I can't believe somebody would steal a dog.
And it's every pet owner's worst nightmare. A Woodsboro couple, new puppy stolen right off their porch. The thief caught on camera. Well, good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. This coming May will be 4 years since a gunman killed 19 students and 2 teachers at Robb Elementary in Uvalde. Today, jury selection began right here in Nueces County for one of 2 former Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District officers charged in the aftermath of that tragedy. On May 24th, 2022, School District Officer Adrian Gonzalez reportedly arrived at Robb Elementary over a minute before the massacre began. Gonzalez was outside speaking with the teacher who was reporting the suspicious person when they both heard gunshots in the parking lot. The indictment alleges Gonzalez placed children in danger by failing to distract or delay the shooter by not following his active shooter training. The indictment also says the officer did not advance toward the gunfire despite being told where the shooter was. Adrian Gonzalez is charged with 29 counts of child endangerment and abandonment. Well, Neighborhood News reporter Alexis Scott begins our team coverage. She joins us live from the Nueces County Courthouse.
Clara, we have been out here since earlier this morning. It started about 7 a.m. and at 8 a.m. that's when over 450 potential jurors walked right into that Nueces County courtroom in the central jury courtroom. Now, media, we have been placed in a designated section within the courthouse in a media room where there was one selected designated reporter going into that courtroom. We were not allowed to have any phones or any computers in that courtroom, but they were giving us hour-to-hour updates, saying that many of the jurors actually self-dismissed themselves due to bias, some in outrage, some voicing their concerns, calling this alleged defendant a coward, and saying that, he acted alone, but he should be here, with other officers. So we have been giving hour-to-hour updates. The charges that he faced are 29 counts of child endangerment and abandonment. And Suzanne Stevens actually was outside the courtroom seeing a different picture than what we saw. Suzanne, can you explain to us what you saw here at the courthouse?
Yeah, all things being equal, I think what people expected at the courthouse really didn't come to fruition. Security was expecting chaos and instead was met with quiet. Outside the courtroom, you couldn't miss the signs of a high-profile trial. They were hard to miss. National media, barricades up, and increased police presence. But inside, away from jury selection, all was pretty ordinary and slow.
It's not hard to get in right now, so feel free to come on down and get it done.
DPS and the sheriff warned residents last week to stay away unless their business was pressing. And on the first day of jury selection, it appears that those calls were heeded. Now, keep in mind, this was just day 1 of the trial. And when it gets started, that balance can quickly shift. So we'll see what happens then.
And Judge Sid Harrell said that this could last up to 2 weeks. Today, they are expecting to select all jurors for this particular case, Judge Harrell said even if he has to go into the late hours of Monday evening, he will do that so that opening statements will potentially start on Tuesday morning. Back to you, Clara.
All right, Suzanne, Alexis, thank you so much for your coverage. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the case, let's take you back. May 24th, 2022, just before 11:30 that morning, the gunman crashed his car near Robb Elementary and entered the school. He began shooting inside a classroom. Police arrived within minutes, but officers waited in the hallway and did not breach the door immediately. It wasn't until nearly 1 p.m., about an hour later, that Border Patrol officers entered the classroom and stopped the gunman. 19 children and 2 teachers lost their lives. The delay, police officer response faced intense scrutiny in the weeks that followed. The tragedy remains one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history. Well, now to a story we broke first on ChrisTV.com. A 19-year-old Odom Edroy High School student is facing a felony charge after an alleged assault on a school bus. Christopher Jacob Soto was arrested Sunday and charged with indecency with a child. San Patricio County Sheriff Oscar Rivera says the assault happened December 9th as the basketball team returned from an event in Hebronville. The father of one victim told Chris 6 his son was stripped and assaulted by students while 3 coaches failed to supervise. Soto bonded out on a $75,000 bond. The Odom Edroy School District has not responded to requests for comment. Venezuela deposed President Nicolás Maduro pled not guilty Monday on 4 felony drug and weapon charges. The world leader spoke out against the U.S. military operation that led to his capture during his first appearance in federal court. Lee Waldman reports.
Ousted Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, flanked by Drug Enforcement Administration agents, makes his way to a New York courthouse. He and his wife, Celia Flores, have pleaded not guilty to felony drug and weapons charges following a deadly U.S. military raid.
I promise you that Maduro's defense lawyers will argue that this arrest violated international law, therefore should be void. I think it's fairly unlikely that a U.S. federal district court judge is going to say, I take issue with the way this arrest happened, and therefore I dismiss the charges.
Outside the courthouse, clashing protests as some celebrate what they see as the end of the Maduro regime, while others condemn the U.S. military action that led to his arrest. A debate echoed in the halls of Congress.
There's been no consultation with the Congress. There's been no authorization of the appropriations funding.
And at a meeting of the United Nations Security Council.
There is no war against Venezuela or its people. We are not occupying a country. This was a law enforcement operation.
Meanwhile, in Venezuela, people face an uncertain future.
We have no idea what our fate will be now with this new situation.
Venezuela's new leader, Delcy Rodriguez, extending an invitation to the U.S. on an agenda of cooperation. U.S. officials say they are working to establish a compliant interim government, prioritizing administrative stability and repairing oil infrastructure.
We want Venezuela to move in a certain direction because not only do we think it's good for the people of Venezuela, it's in our national interest.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
A Russian air attack on Kyiv overnight killed at least 2 people. The strike badly damaged a medical facility and sparked a large fire. First responders extinguished the blaze but found a body inside. Russia says it only targets military sites, but Ukrainian officials report civilians and infrastructure are often hit. And the Corpus Christi Police Department is investigating a weekend accident that left a 69-year-old man dead. This happened Saturday evening just before 6:30 on the 3300 block of Ayers. Police say the man, identified as Manolito Espino Jr., was trying to cross Ayers when he was hit by a vehicle. Espino was rushed to a local hospital, but police tell us he died from his injuries. Traffic investigators say he did not use a crosswalk when he tried to cross the street. The driver who hit Espino remained at the scene. A Woodsboro family is searching for their missing puppy after they say a delivery driver picked it up and drove away. Nathan and Corinne Eby had just adopted 2 Chihuahua puppies when one of them disappeared during a morning delivery in December, sharing surveillance video of a driver petting the puppies, dropping off a package, and then leaving with one of them. The family tells us they are in disbelief.
First, we didn't know what happened to the dog. We thought, maybe because we live out in the country, we thought maybe an animal came and got it or something. So we started reviewing the surveillance and saw the delivery guy taking it.
Well, because the package was an Amazon package that was dropped off, we contacted Amazon and they say the driver is not an employee. He was with a third-party driver or an independent flex driver and is no longer delivering on their behalf while the case is under investigation. The Refugio County Sheriff's Office is also looking into the incident. The Eby family hopes their puppy Bonnie will be safely returned. It may be January, but it sure does not feel like it. But Could that be changing this upcoming week? Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber for a first look.
Yeah, Clara, some like it hot, and we've been using that line a lot because it has been quite warm for January, but a beautiful day outside. At least we can't complain about that. It's also been a bit breezy out there. I think I heard the wind before I felt it today, but it has been putting to good use those beautiful Texas colors atop the towers there on our studio sky camera. However, has it done anything to help with the heat? Maybe. We made it to the lower 80s again, and we've got humidity coming back with us too. If you were watching our newscast yesterday, we warned you. The cold front that came through on Saturday was coming back today as a warm front, meaning it's dragging warm and humid air over the coastal bend, taking us to the lower 80s today. And look at these winds. They've been from that south-southeast wind direction around 20 miles per hour for a good chunk of the day. In fact, let's take a look at the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network to show you some of those neighborhood peak wind gusts so far today along the south side. We've had a mix of those wind speeds. Most of it's around 15 miles per hour. But for our friends who are up in the Kingsville neighborhood, that's been a little bit stronger, closer to that 20 mile per hour mark. So we'll continue to track this and tell you what you can expect for tomorrow ahead.
A new flu virus dubbed the super flu is spreading across the nation. We'll show you what makes this virus dangerous and what you can do to stay safe.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Concerns are growing across the U.S. as flu cases are spiking just as kids head back to school from winter break. The mutated H3N2 variant, which is being called the super flu, is the cause. The CDC is estimating that more than 80,000 people have been hospitalized from the flu this season. One pharmacist spoke on how much this flu season is straining their resources.
We're going through tons of Tamiflu, the pills, the liquids, the antibiotics with that.
So far, 2 states, Kentucky and Ohio, have reported the only flu-related pediatric deaths this season. The best way to protect yourself is to clean your hands and surfaces frequently. Try to avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, and use air purifiers or bring in fresh outside air. And the U.S. is getting new vaccine recommendations for children. The Department of Health and Human Services' upcoming guidance is expected to keep many recommendations intact. That includes for diseases like measles, polio, chickenpox, and HPV. But it is cutting recommendations for RSV, meningitis, and hepatitis, except in kids who are at higher risk. The policy brings the U.S. closer to how developed countries like Denmark handles vaccines.
As the new year gets started, local leaders are looking ahead at what needs to be done. I'm Melissa Trevino in Jim Wells County, speaking with local leaders on how they plan to move the community forward.
All right, a beautiful day here by all accounts across the coastal bend. A little hazy off in the distance. We've got some humidity coming back. It's warm, it's breezy. What else would you expect in May? Oh, wait, that's the problem. We're not in May. We're in January. So this is a little out of place, but hey, for some of us, probably a welcome sight. Not a bad way to start a Monday with warm weather, right? We're going to have some cooler weather in the 7-day forecast. So when I say cooler, I do mean much cooler. Let's talk about this comparison by looking at how our temperatures are panning out right now. We're coming down from that afternoon heat, but we still have some lower 80s hanging on for the inland neighborhoods. We're sitting at 83 for the latest reading out of George West, feeling like 84 because remember, humidity is part of this now. 80 degrees in San Diego, feeling like 83, 78 in Falfurrias, but feeling like 81. And once you kind of move east of that 281 corridor, we're dropping into the upper 70s, but it is still, it's a warm one out there, even for the coastal neighborhoods with the coolest temperatures in those low to middle 70s. So we're going to ride this wave, this heat wave, dare I say, for the next couple of days, staying about 15 degrees warmer than we would expect to be for this time of the year, which for us Texans, hey, 80s is great, right? It's not the 90s, triple digits, but we are in January. We have to remember that. So this is not typically what we expect. It's coming with south-southeast winds that are around 15 to 20 miles per hour sustained. At times we've seen a few gusts that are a little bit stronger, but the windiest weather is yet to come. The reason why we're seeing winds coming from this direction and being so breezy is because we had what's called a warm front, a warmer batch of air moving into the coastal bend from the south. southeast. So we are going to continue to have some windy weather in the forecast. This may actually help us out for tomorrow morning's commute. I'll explain in a moment, but do expect those winds to be around 10 to 15 miles per hour during the overnight period. And at times we may have gusts that are closer to 20. And then tomorrow afternoon, 4 or 5 p.m., that's probably the windiest part for us, those winds as they are now between 15 and 20 miles per hour. As I mentioned, the windiest weather is yet to come. But what does a little wind do for the morning commute? It keeps things shaking and moving, and that is exactly what we want if we're to avoid some fog. I'm not going to say that we won't have haziness as we head into the overnight. There's only so much that the wind can do when we're humid like this, but as temperatures cool, the worst visibilities will be in our northern neighborhoods in Live Oak, Bee, Refugio, Goliad counties, even northern parts of Aransas County. May see that visibility dip a little bit, but generally not going to see much for problem areas as we head into the early morning commute. At most, we'll see things drop down to just a couple of miles, but I don't think we'll have the problem of fractions of a mile in our forecast on a large scale. That's going to be very far and few between. So pretty good for the morning commute if you don't mind playing tug of war with the steering wheel, but we keep this southerly flow in our forecast well into the overnight, into tomorrow morning. This wind direction doesn't really change much, so the warm weather we're experiencing isn't going to change much. And the fact that we get this bit of a fetch off the Gulf means the humidity is going to be on the up and up too. Now, if we could turn this into some rainfall, that would be great. Some computer models are considering this an environment that could make for rainfall, but we're not going to get measurable rain out of the situation we're in right now. It is incredibly unlikely. If you feel a few drops coming from the sky, it's more so that humidity just being blown around. But look at this for Friday. This is starting to inch up a little bit. Our hope for rain hinges on a cold front that will be here on Friday. A lot of uncertainty with that still, but I'm hoping we get some rain out of it. Confidence is low right now, but we'll keep an eye on things.
We'll get ready for the March primaries. Early voting begins in just over a month, and here's a look at some important dates for you. If you're planning on voting in the March primary elections, the last day to register to vote is Monday, February 2nd. Early voting begins on Tuesday, February 17th and ends on Friday, February 27th. Statewide primary election day is Tuesday, March 3rd.
I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Jim Wells County. Both the mayor of Alice and the Jim Wells County judge say their focus this year is on growth and improving infrastructure, and that collaboration between everyone is key to turn plans into action this year. City and county leaders say 2026 comes with both opportunity and challenges. I sat with Alice Mayor Cynthia Carrasco and the Jim Wells County Judge Pedro Pete Trevino Jr. about what's in store for this year.
We have to now look at our budget, kind of figure out, okay, what's the most effective approach to go ahead and get some streets, some of our infrastructure done without having the extra revenue.
The mayor says the city is having to reevaluate its priorities after a $10 million bond failed and some grant funding didn't come through, which they were hoping to get to help repair streets and ongoing drainage projects. But now the mayor says the focus is on getting industry to come back to Alice to boost the economy.
They're very competitive, so it's going to take a group effort to try to figure out how can we get this and attract those individuals to Alice, Texas.
County Judge Trevino agreed.
We want to do everything we can to bring in new money and to expand our tax base. Our sales tax have been pretty good.
He says there are several million-dollar projects at work, including which will need funding in the years to come, like the Tecolote Water Project and the San Fernando Creek Drainage Project.
Keep talking about Alice, positive.
For both city and county, economic development remains a top priority. And for Mayor Carrasco, this means community help.
When posts are posted on Facebook, what we have to offer, what good we've done.
They say image matters and industries do pay attention to what they see online.
The biggest accomplishment is that we're all going one direction now. And when we're going one direction, that means that we all see the light in the tunnel.
Officials say they'll be measuring progress throughout the year with the focus on transparency and results that residents can see. In Jim Wells County, I'm Melissa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter, Chris 6 News.
A world-famous bridge is hitting a big milestone. We'll share the details next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, today marks the anniversary of engineering feat. At the beginning of construction on the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, it was January 5th, 1933, when workers began clearing more than 3 million cubic feet of dirt to build the bridge's foundation. The bridge was completed in 1937. It stretches 1.7 miles, which at the time was the longest span in the world. The day before the bridge officially opened, more than 200,000 people walked, ran, and roller skated over the span. Fast forward to today, and officials say every year about 10 million people visit the bridge. But we have a pretty cool bridge here in Corpus Christi, I think.
Yeah, and it holds a lot of history, something very cool, and was its inaugural year back in 2025, yesteryear, right? It's got a hazy view tonight because we've got a lot of humidity floating around in the air over the coastal bend. So if you are not a fan of this hot stretch, or if you love it and you're wondering how long is a good thing going to last around here, well, we've got a couple days, but we've got a big cool down coming this weekend. So we're going to, what's that joke? It's almost as if the weather saw a state trooper and hit the brakes, because we're going from the lower 80s to about, like 60 on Saturday with clouds.
Oh,
so
yes.
We got to soak up the sun best we can.
Yes, all right, excited for that. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching Chris 6 News. We will see you here at 6 o'clock. Have a great night. Bye.